Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. We're heading into a new trading week. The market has opened and Natgas is dropping further. That is at the moment in line with our analysis on the smaller time frame. We talked about another low, potentially at least. The wave count still allowed for it. And also, as I said, as long as I don't have a break above resistance in 5 waves on the smaller time frame, then I cannot confirm a low at all in place. So we just continue to follow the trend, which is at the moment down. I also want to emphasize here the time frame here, 4-day chart again, just to start with that for anybody who's new. The idea was that if the price could not find a support at around the 160 mark, it opens the door to a direct drop to 135, which is here the next Fibonacci extension level. Let's just double check if there was any other structural support. There is structural support in that region between 140 and 125. So we've got these two swing lows here, but with that 135 Fibonacci extension level in between. So just pay attention to that area next. But yeah, essentially I highlighted to you that there is a potential that if we cannot find support around the 160 level, that also the entire move down is going to be completed in one go, and that we might form an overall low in that region then. Okay, so we take a look at that on the smaller time frame now. Alternatively, it's possible that if we get a bounce, it's forming another larger 4-5 pattern. Showed you that in the last video, but at least, we need to see some kind of evidence that at least a local low is in place before we can even entertain the idea that a more substantial low is forming. Obviously I think it's clear we are close to a long-term low where we have to be. Can't go lower than, well, it could put, if something happens like, what happened like, when was it, in 2020 with oil, you basically get prices below zero for oil. That was at the time for oil on the market. Well, I don't necessarily expect the price to go down that much, but on the other hand, we can only follow the trend, and we use Elliott wave to identify support areas, resistance areas, and at the moment the market is just in free fall, and we need to see if the market can break above a certain Fibonacci resistance area to indicate that a low is in place. And until that happens, okay, we just simply follow the trend to the downside. There's no person in the world who can tell you where exactly it's going to turn around. Well, we can identify our levels of interest, levels to watch, and basically the trend and the levels that keep us on the right side of the trend, which is currently down. So looking at the shorter time frame here, this is the 1 hour chart, still the March contract. We can switch to April soon. But here on this chart, you see that the wave 4 here has topped. That was in January, and since then we've been in free fall really again. And the wave count to the downside, at least now in circle wave 3, is pretty much full. Further extension is always possible. It's pretty full now. Watching for a wave 4 to start at some point, then a wave 5. That's what I meant. If we don't see some kind of a reaction around the 160 mark, then it is possible, to adjust resistance with that latest low, it is possible that this 4-5 doesn't happen anymore because it's doing it in one go. It will be hidden somewhere in here. Also, I highlighted to you that the microstructure is not terribly reliable given the shallow pullback, or let's say shallow corrective rallies that we've had throughout. But in the last update, we talked about the potential that here in this 5th wave, and I've run out of wave degrees, I still try to show you a count that we can use to track some structures and resistances, that we might get one more low, because in this move down, which is a 5th wave, there could be an ending diagonal. We had a wave 1, we had a wave 2, we had a wave 3, 4, and the wave 5 ideally also produced a clear 3-wave move. But now basically, the count is full, right? Count is full. I'm watching for a reaction here at some point. I gave you the next support area. Literally, it could turn around at any point though. The next level to watch is around 140, then 135, as I showed you on the longer time frame. But literally, I mean, it takes some kind of a break above resistance, micro resistance here locally, to at least open the door to a larger fourth wave corrective rally. And it should ideally happen from, somewhere here. It's oversold now, but again, they are only indicators, oversold on the daily. Is it worth anything? Not without at least a bit of a reversal or anything structurally. Price always has to confirm. Price is leading. And we need to see minimally a break above the descending trend line next. And I need to see then also a break above the last swing high. I won't even entertain the idea that we've struck a low, before any of that happens, okay? We can start to talk about, okay, a local low is in place once we get a break above this trend line here, which I'm just adjusting a little bit. And then it takes a break above 164. Then this area comes into focus, the descending trend line that was relevant here, and also the Fibonacci resistance area between 173 and $2. Only with the break above $2, I can then suggest that a more substantial low is in place. That's basically what we're stuck with. The trend is still down, and no indication it's reversing. I also can't tell you where it will reverse. I can only point out that on this larger time frame, 135 is the next major Fibonacci extension level that we have here. Structural support here, there's one more at 145. These are really old, there's one here at 140, 125, and then hey, $1. Will it get to $1? Wow, I don't think so, but hey, the trend is down and I'm just following the trend, so it's quite brutal. It's quite brutal what's happening here. On the other hand, I think the recovery will be, the larger that decline, or the more substantial that decline is, the more substantial probably that recovery will be, a sharper recovery, especially when it comes from such an oversold condition. But yeah, no low in place at this stage. I highlighted to you the relevant resistances, support levels, and conditions for a reversal. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, please check out the Stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.